Alright, hey guys, it is Chris here again with another video, and in this video today we're going to be taking a look once again at the Westfield Garden State Plaza in Paramus, New Jersey. Now, yesterday I made a video about what's coming to the mall and all the great exciting stuff. So now, this video will be a quick review of all the stuff that's coming to the mall. So this might answer some questions that I didn't answer yesterday, but it's gonna be somewhat similar. But now we have a little bit more information, so I definitely want to make this video today because of that. So anyways, let's get started. So a lot of people are asking, here is everything you need to know about the Westfield Garden State Plaza's massive makeover. So this article is slightly different, but it's somewhat the same, so I'm going to read from the beginning. For over a year now, North Jersey shopping fans have wondered what the future would hold for the large empty Jcpenney space at the Westfield Garden State Plaza Mall in Paramus, New Jersey. Now that the mall owners have unveiled a sweeping overhaul, which I said in yesterday's video, and by the way, if you'd like to check that out, please make sure to check out the link in the description below, that not only recast the penny space, but also includes the transformation of parking areas into a new mixed retail and residential development. The news raises as many questions as it answers. Stephen Fuller, Vice President of Unibail-Rodamco Westfield, which owns the mall, sat down exclusively with NorthJersey.com, USA Today Network, New Jersey to answer some of the questions about the Westfield Garden State Plaza's grand vision. So they were at the people from the USA Today Network, North Jersey, asked this person from Unibail-Rodamco Westfield, they asked, when will this start? Will there be enough parking? Do they need the zoning approval? So a lot of the questions are going to be answered here. So the plans outline a bold vision to create a modern-day town center in Paramus by transforming an underutilized parking lot into a mixed-use residential development. The plan also calls for updates to retail spaces inside the mall and includes changes to traffic flow and additional parking. Although officials will not release the detailed plans until early next year, Fleur has shared some exclusive insights into how the proposal will work. So this is some very important key points. So guys, this isn't just going to be a one-year thing. This is going to be a multi-year phase, which is expected to begin it's going to begin this year, but it's going to end in the year of 2022, and I'll get into why that's going to happen. So because of how vast the proposed changes are, the multi-year project will be divided into phases, said Fleur. The details of the plan are still being worked out, he said, but the first phase of the project is expected to be completed by the end of 2020, most likely around the holiday season, probably right before Black Friday. You know, that's when most of these mall projects get done because, you know, once Black Friday hits, it's all about the holidays, like I've said in many videos. So anyways, we have a lot of things moving right now, which is exciting for us because we can finally start talking about this. He says, over the next month or two, as part of Phase 1, shoppers will begin to notice the construction site inside the mall where the Jcpenney department store once was, which, by the way, is me and Ian documented, which you can also check out in the link in the description below as well. The 180,000 square foot space will be converted into about 12 to 15 stores, which could include a few mini anchors. So the Jcpenney store will be divided into, and I knew this was going to happen. It's going to be divided into 12 to 15 individual stores. Possibly one of them is going to be Dave & Buster's, but I can't confirm that at this very moment. That might be confirmed in a later video, but I was correct that this store would be divided into much smaller spaces rather than it being a department store as someone said, like, oh, this will become a Boscov's or something, which I knew that was not accurate. I'm sorry if you know, it's just not the truth. I mean, you know, it says it right here too. It says Jcpenney department store will be converted into about 12 to 15 individual stores, which could include a few mini anchors. Once the construction begins there, mall officials will anticipate putting up renderings and details of what is coming on the temporary walls that barricade the space. Now, I'm going to make a prediction here. My prediction is that the first two levels of the Jcpenney store will be converted into mall space. And it sounds like that Dave & Buster's might be going on the third floor of the former Jcpenney store, which honestly, that would make a lot of sense because then you can have all the stores on the first two levels of the mall and then have the mini anchor known as Dave & Buster's on the third floor, which honestly, that would make a lot of sense if that's true or not, but I can't say if that's true or not. So anyways. In the coming months, there will be announcements about what kind of tenants will be coming to that space. Someone named Lisa, who is the mall's director of second marketing, those tenants could also include existing tenants relocated into larger stores as well as new tenants. So they said it really gives us a nice opportunity to do merchandising shuffling to be able to give people the right size and the right location, and then backfill their spaces as well. It's not often in a mall this size you get an opportunity to do like that. So pretty much they're capitalizing on the closure of the Jcpenney Store at Westfield Garden State Plaza as an opportunity to recapture the mall, which honestly is a very smart investment for a property like Westfield Garden State Plaza. And then so what I think we're seeing here is about 12 to 15 stores will go in the former Jcpenney store, and I guess the remaining five or four tenants will be in the former Uniqlo and the former Best Buy spaces as well. So they said the freestanding building located near the movie theater, that means that this is Best Buy, is expected to be a mix of food and entertainment tenants, Flores said. The upside to that, those new tenants as well as the movie theater and restaurants in the plaza's new food district where the mall's beloved Carousel long resided, can be open up on Sundays despite Bergen County's blue laws. Officials anticipate additional dining options, family entertainment offerings, and health and fitness studios in the mall as part of a renovation. So now you might be asking, what about the residential building? The first phases include the construction of the mixed-use residential building on the parking lot between the western half of the mall's property. The lot near the baseball fields by the mall's Paramus Road entrance, the first phase of the construction will be where New Jersey Transit has its transportation hub near the Lord & Taylor and Neiman Marcus department stores. This obviously is the gallery, so they put the gallery like then. So they say the luxury complex will be about 300 units, and 10% of those units will be set aside for affordable housing as required by borough regulations. The retail proportion of the new building is expected to be about 20,000 to 25,000 square feet. Yep, that's the retail portion of the buildings, 20,000 to 25,000 square feet. People living in the complex will also have access to the luxury amenities currently offered by the mall. If you are living here, we want you to partake in the amenities here, like our concierge service. This is all going to be part of the personal living on our site, where you can get from us, but it's harder to get anywhere else. So pretty much they want people to live on the mall. Although I just don't see how it's going to work though on a Sunday. That's the one thing that really gets me. But anyways, green space, a hotel too. The plan also includes a new green space at the mall. Developers will transform the concrete lots and an overlook brook into a 3-acre public park. The park will include walking paths, a restored sprout brook, a regulation-size seasonal hockey rink, and community gardens. The green space essentially will connect the mixed-use residential building within the mall. The park will be open to the public, and the mall will maintain it. Mall officials envision the space to be used for a farmers market, outdoor movies, and similar activities. The hockey rink, they said, is something that locals have seemed interested in, although it hasn't been talked about for years. Officials finally found a place to put it. This just puts other articles here. It remains to be seen exactly how the 300 residential building will be constructed, or what will be inside. Mall officials have hinted at commercial offices, an upscale hotel, transit, grocers, and health and wellness amenities, depending on the demand, they say. The commercial office space could stand separately, or it could be folded into the first several levels of the residential and retail building. Mall officials say that they are still deciding on how many new buildings will be included into the project. Due to the urban nature of the project planning, the answer is still to be determined. The hotel could be on its own parcel, or it could be combined with the building stacked on top of other uses such as residential or retail. Mall officials are in early discussions about the plans for the hotel, with the information to be released in the future, they say. So the next question is, after all this crazy jumble, does the mall need zoning approval? They say although the mall's grand vision has a lot of moving parts and is called for developments that would be new to Paramus, officials do not anticipate asking for many use vagrancies, which would require a developer or property owner to go to before a local zoning board. Instead, the mall will need to cite plan approval from the local planning board once a final plan is submitted. Officials anticipate releasing that plan in early 2020. Wow, that's a mouthful. Everything that we're designing is going to be totally within zoning, they say. The zoning allows for the mixed use. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at that word. Conditioned by certain things. You stick with 60 feet. You stick with a 60 feet tall certain setbacks, green space. I'll meet those requirements. So will be just before the planning board. The development team's mantra, Fleur said, is to remain vagrancy-free. Zoning changes adopted by the Paramus Council in 2016 paved the way for residential mixed use and commercial corridors. So, obviously, as a lot of people know, that because all this parking is going to be going away, what exactly is going to happen with the parking that is currently sitting on the west side of the mall? So traffic circulation, parking, and transportation will change. The team spent about 6 months on the traffic analysis. I'm sorry, that is a siren. I cannot do anything about that. The traffic circulation, parking, and transportation will change. The team spent 6 months on their traffic analysis, Fleur said, that included addressing obvious concerns about the parking. Officials anticipate expanding the parking deck known as Deck A, which serves Lord & Taylor and Nordstrom's, and I was correct about that because I did say last night in my video that Garage A would probably be the next deck to be expanded if the mall were to ever go under another expansion plan. So I was correct about that. I did say that Garage A would be the one expanded versus Garage B, considering Garage B was done back in 2013, and they definitely don't want to touch a 5-year-old garage. They'd rather touch something that's over 2 decades old, pretty much. So anyways. They say it's the most popular parking deck on site, so they said they'll add another net of 350 spaces to that. In effect, the plan will replace the currently underutilized parking spaces that are far away from the mall building, and the spaces will be more conveniently situated, he said. So what this pretty much means is I believe the deck as a whole will probably be knocked down just like Garage B, and they'll probably try to squeeze in another level. It'll probably be 5 levels instead of 4 levels, which honestly makes a lot of sense. So the zoning changes adopted by Paramus in 2016 allow for this parking deck to expand. The new zoning regulations, however, require developers to include more modern aesthetics to parking decks. It's had to have a certain amount of facade on its updated material. Council, this is just all boring stuff. They good specific terms in dressing of the parking decks to ensure that they are on the front of the property, and we don't really have a back. So if it is exposed to the outside, it's got enhanced facades. So what about the traffic and the buses, of course, because the bus terminal. Changes also include updating the traffic patterns at the mall. Some areas notorious for congestion, like the intersection near IKEA Drive, will be improved. That whole intersection is going to get moved further onto the property, he said. That will allow for more time for people to make their decisions. Turning left, turning right, where do they need to go? There's going to be multiple opportunities to circulate different directions. Other changes will include a new jug handle beneath the expanded parking deck. The traffic will flow into a new intersection to improve circulation at the mall, he said. Alongside 17, motors will eventually see improvements during future phases of development, he added. Mall officials have also been in primarily discussions with New Jersey Transit to address concerns that construction may impede the daily bus routes, they said. They said they won't be affected. The proposal also calls for a new transportation hub to connect the residential, commercial, and retail sectors of the property. They said the new location would provide the same access to and from the site New Jersey Transit currently has. The project will include a new stop, which will be improved over the current location with better weather protection, connectivity to the center, and the mixed-use development, they say. So this is quite a mouthful. This is definitely some more updated information. There's a lot that's going on. A lot. It sounds like they want to do. So definitely some points I'll bring up really quickly before I end the video, obviously. And I'm sorry if it's over 15 minutes, but I'm going to just do this very quickly. So we went over about the stores going in the former Jcpenney and Best Buy stores. We talked about the residential areas of the mall. We also went over the new parking deck at the mall and the traffic patterns at the mall. So some very exciting stuff that's coming to the mall. I'm honestly really happy that they're going to do the traffic plans, because definitely if they're going to be going under a major like expansion plan such as this, I definitely think this is in the cards. They definitely need to do something about the traffic. And I'm hoping it'll convince too. I mean, they got to do something about Route 17. You know, it's every time it gets worse and worse each time. So I'm really hoping that this project they'll like put money towards that. I don't know, something like that. So anyways, guys, that's about going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out the previous video to this, please check the link in the description below to see the Jcpenney Store documentary. Also, make sure to check the link in the description below. And there's another article that came out today by Pix11, so you're also going to want to check the link in the description below. So anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and that will be it.